Welcome to Star Bios, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of Hollywood's most beloved stars. I'm your host, Casey Gold, and today we're shining the spotlight on a true music legend, George Harrison. Often referred to as the quiet Beatle, George's life was a rich tapestry of music, spirituality, and creativity. As we explore his early life, you'll discover the experiences that shaped this talented musician and foreshadowed his remarkable achievements. Born on February 25, 1943, in Liverpool, England, George Harrison grew up in a world still reeling from the aftermath of World War II. His family, including parents Harold and Louise, and siblings Peter and Louise, lived in a small house at 12 Arnold Grove, Wavertree, Liverpool. This modest home was filled with love, music, and laughter, providing a nurturing environment for George's creative spark to flourish. As a young boy, George attended Dovedale Primary School, where he met his future bandmate, John Lennon. Although they didn't become close friends at that time, this chance encounter would later prove pivotal in shaping the course of George's life. At home, George's parents encouraged his curiosity and creativity, introducing him to a wide range of music, from classical to folk and early rock and roll. In 1954, George enrolled at the Liverpool Institute High School for Boys, where he befriended Paul McCartney, another future bandmate. This friendship would become a cornerstone of George's life, both personally and professionally. The two boys bonded over their shared love of music, often spending hours listening to records, discussing guitars, and experimenting with songwriting. As George entered his teenage years, he became increasingly fascinated with rock and roll and the emerging Merseybeat scene. He formed his first band, the Rebels, with friends from school, including Pete Shotton and Eric Griffiths. They'd rehearse in each other's homes, playing covers of American hits and experimenting with their own song. In 1958, George met Paul McCartney at a church fete, where they performed together, marking the beginning of a lifelong musical partnership. The late 1950s were a transformative time for George, as he absorbed influences from all directions, from the folk music of Woody Guthrie to the avant-garde sounds of Indian classical music. His curiosity and creativity were already evident, and his family and friends encouraged him to explore his artistic side. George would often visit the Liverpool Institute High School, where Paul McCartney was a student, to jam with him and other musicians. These informal sessions helped shape George's musical style and fostered a lifelong friendship with Paul. As we delve deeper into George's early life, it becomes clear that his family played a significant role in shaping his character and future path. His parents, Harold and Louise, were supportive of his creative pursuits, even when they didn't fully understand them. His brother, Peter, and sister, Louise, would often join in on family sing-alongs, fostering a sense of camaraderie and shared creativity. The Harrison family's love of music, laughter, and adventure created a nurturing environment that allowed George to flourish. One notable influence on George's early life was his mother, Louise. She introduced him to the works of Elvis Presley, Buddy Holly, and other early rock and roll pioneers, which sparked his passion for music. Additionally, George's father, Harold, encouraged his son's interest in gardening, which would later become a lifelong hobby. As we explore George's formative years, it becomes evident that he was destined for greatness. His unique blend of creativity, curiosity, and determination laid the foundation for an extraordinary life. From his childhood home in Liverpool to the stages of the world, George Harrison's journey was just beginning. As the Beatles' popularity soared, George's songwriting skills continued to evolve. He made significant contributions to the band's music, including Don't Bother Me, I Need You, and If I Needed Someone. These songs showcase George's growing confidence as a songwriter and his unique perspective on life. In 1965, the Beatles released the album Rubber Soul, which featured two of George's most notable compositions, Think for Yourself and Michelle. The mid-1960s were a transformative time for George, both personally and professionally. He became increasingly fascinated with Eastern spirituality, particularly Hinduism and Buddhism. This newfound interest had a profound impact on his music and worldview. In 1966, the Beatles released the album Revolver, which included George's thought-provoking song, Love You Too. This track marked a significant departure from his earlier work, featuring Indian classical instruments and exploring themes of love, spirituality, and social commentary. In 1967, the Beatles released the groundbreaking album Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, which featured George's iconic song Within You Without You. This epic track was a masterpiece of psychedelic rock, incorporating Indian instrumentation, tape loops, and philosophical lyrics. The song's innovative production and introspective themes cemented George's status as a visionary songwriter. As the 1960s drew to a close, George's solo career began to take shape. He released his debut album, Wonderwall Music, in 1968, which was the soundtrack to the film Wonderwall. Although the album received mixed reviews, it marked an important milestone in George's journey as a solo artist. In 1969, he released his second album, Electronic Sound, which explored the possibilities of electronic music. The 1970s were a prolific period for George, both as a solo artist and as a member of the Beatles. He released the critically acclaimed album All Things Must Pass in 1970, which featured the hit singles My Sweet Lord and What Is Life. This triple album was a testament to George's growth as a songwriter and his ability to craft meaningful, spiritually charged music. In 1971, George organized the Concert for Bangladesh, a historic charity event that raised awareness and funds for refugees fleeing the Bangladesh Liberation War. The concert, which featured performances by Eric Clapton, Bob Dylan, and Ringo Starr, was a groundbreaking moment in rock history. It not only showcased George's commitment to social justice, but also demonstrated his ability to bring people together through music. As we explore George's remarkable career, it becomes clear that his spiritual explorations had a profound impact on his music and worldview. His interest in Eastern philosophy and spirituality influenced some of his most iconic songs, including Something and While My Guitar Gently Weeps. These tracks, which were released during the Beatles' later years, showcased George's growing maturity as a songwriter and his ability to craft timeless, emotionally resonant music. From his work with the Traveling Wilburys to his critically acclaimed solo albums, George Harrison remained a vital force in the music world until his passing in 2001. The 1980s were a period of renewed creativity for George, marked by the release of his critically acclaimed album Cloud 9 in 1987. Produced by Jeff Lynne, this album featured the hit single Got My Mind Set on You, which reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. The song's success was a testament to George's enduring appeal as a songwriter and performer. During this period, George also formed the supergroup The Traveling Wilburys with Jeff Lynne, Roy Orbison, Bob Dylan, and Tom Petty. The band released 2 albums, Traveling Wilburys Vol. 8 and Q1 in 1988, and Traveling Wilburys Vol. 3 in 1990. These albums featured a unique blend of rock, country, and folk influences, with each member contributing their distinctive vocals and songwriting styles. In the 1990s, George continued to explore new sounds and themes in his music. He released the album Live in Japan in 1992, which showcased his skills as a live performer and featured a mix of solo material and Beatles classics. In 2001, he released the album Brainwashed, which was completed by Jeff Lynne after George's passing. The album featured the song Stuck Inside a Cloud, a poignant reflection on mortality and the afterlife. Throughout his career, George Harrison remained committed to social justice and humanitarian causes. He was a vocal supporter of the Hare Krishna movement and donated generously to various charitable organizations. In 2002, He was posthumously inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a solo artist, a testament to his enduring legacy as a musician and songwriter. As we reflect on George Harrison's remarkable life and career, it becomes clear that his music continues to inspire and influence new generations of artists and fans. As he once said, "The best thing about life is to learn and to keep learning." George's passion for music, spirituality, and social justice remains an enduring part of his legacy, a reminder of the power of art to transform and uplift us. In conclusion, George Harrison's journey as a solo artist was marked by innovation, creativity, and a commitment to his artistic vision. From the psychedelic explorations of Within You, Without You, to the rootsy Americana of the Traveling Wilburys, George's music remains a testament to his boundless talent and curiosity. As we celebrate his life and legacy, we are reminded that, indeed, all things must pass, but the music and message of George Harrison will continue to inspire and uplift us for generations to come. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Casey Gold reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.